Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back to 411 on Tech. Today we got a really exciting video. We're going to be reviewing the iPhone 13 Pro Max. And we're going to test out all the new features and the upgrades to it. And we just took it off the charger, so it's 100% battery life. And we're going to be going to a place that's near us. It's a waterfront promenade. We're going to get a lot of good nature shots because we got to test out those cameras. So we're going to get into it when we get there, and come along with us for this review, and we hope you guys like it. Okay guys, let's talk about design. The first thing you're going to notice with the iPhone 13 Pro Max is the weight. Coming in at 8.5 ounces, it's probably the heaviest phone that we've ever had. They say it's a little bit thicker this year as opposed to the iPhone 12 Pro Max. And the next thing you notice is this really nice stainless steel, surgical grade stainless steel band. It looks very striking. Now on the left side you have the volume up and down and the mute and sound silencer on there, that little switch, and you have your SIM card slot, and on the right hand side you have the power button. I kind of wish that had a fingerprint reader, because most time you have to wear a mask nowadays. If it had a fingerprint reader, that would be better, because Face ID really doesn't do well with the mask. You're supposed to be able to open it with your Apple Watch, but that feature is like kind of working right now, and Apple's state of fix is coming for that. And the next thing is the notch. The notch is 20% smaller, but it's still there, and you can't see your battery life status, like the percent of battery, because the notch is still there. But they did make it 20% smaller. If you look around back, the camera sensors are larger this year, and we'll talk about the cameras later, but you have really large camera sensors. It's IPX68, dust and water resistant. It's going to come in Sierra Blue, which we have. There's a gold, a silver, and a graphite. So those are your color options for this.
We love coming here because it's such a beautiful location, and it's also a great place to test out and talk about the new camera upgrades and features of the iPhone 13 Pro Max. The iPhone 13 has Apple's new A15 Bionic chip, and with that comes a new image signal processor and new video encoder and decoder. So you're going to get less noise in photos, and you're also going to get more natural lighting, contrast, and more detail. So let's go take some photos and check it out.
As I mentioned before, the camera sensors are larger this year, and with those larger camera sensors, you're going to be able to bring in more light. The more light you bring in, and the picture will be brighter. Now, all three cameras are 12 megapixel. You have the wide angle camera that has a 1.5 aperture. The ultra wide does 120 degree field of view, and your telephoto is 77 millimeters. And this year, all three cameras can do night mode, so you'll be able to pick whichever camera you want to get to your nighttime shots. One of the features we were really excited about from Apple's California streaming event was cinematic mode. In cinematic mode, you'll be able to focus on things like faces and objects, and it'll blur out the background for that really nice bokeh effect. And then you can tap the display and focus on other things. And Apple's promotional video was kind of like you were going to be a Hollywood director, really excited about it. The one downside about it, it only shoots in 1080p 30 frames per second. and it also does Dolby Vision HDR, which is nice. But maybe down the line you'll be able to shoot in 4K. But the A15 Bionic is doing all that computational work to do like the the bokeh effect and everything. So maybe that might not be possible, but we'll see. And Michelle's actually shooting me in cinematic mode right now. So let's try to see if we can focus on something else in the video.
Nice.
And we were able to do that, so that's pretty cool. So maybe this feature will be have more use cases down the line, but it's still something nice to have and something to play around with.
Ultra-wide camera also has a larger, faster sensor with 1.8 aperture and autofocus. So it's going to bring in more light, which means brighter, sharper photos, especially in low light settings. And I gotta say, guys, it does an amazing job. It's just crazy how much light it brings in when you think there isn't any. And the images still come out clear and sharp. Another awesome feature of the iPhone 13 Pro models is macro mode. Macro mode lets you get super close and detailed photos and videos up to 2 centimeters. And this is something I know we're gonna use a lot, especially as content creators, to get those nice crispy B-roll photos. So let's go find some test subjects and test this out. And once you get close enough to the subject, it switches to the ultra-wide camera to get into that macro mode. And guys, you can get so close. Like, look how close I'm like inside the flower right now. And it's still super clear and super crisp. When it does switch, it is a little jarring, but Apple did say in a future software update that they're going to allow you the ability to switch that off if you choose.
Okay, let's talk more about that telephoto lens. This year the telephoto is 3 times optical zoom. Last year it was 2.5 times optical zoom on the iPhone 12 Pro Max. So this year we're getting 3 times optical zoom. And you can also shoot telephoto in night mode. And we took some photos around the house. Thankfully we didn't get attacked by any wildlife, so we took some nighttime telephoto shots and we'll throw those up. Also, you can do telephoto for the video, and all the video and the photos look very detailed and crisp. And we'll throw those up right now.
Now, another camera feature I want to talk about is photographic styles. These are presets that you can choose to better personalize your photos. So it's in the camera app, and then you have 4 presets. So you have rich contrast, vibrant, warm, and cool. And you can also further customize these. At the bottom you have tone and warmth, and you can dial those in to better, again, personalize it for your liking. And then once you find the preset that you want, you just take the shot. Once you pick a preset and any adjustments that you made, that will now be default until you go back in and change it. So it's nice, like once you find the style you're looking for, you don't have to keep on going in and changing it, and it'll be right there ready for you. I also want to mention that these aren't like the filters that you usually use or think of. They can adjust different areas of the photo, so your skin color and the sky and stuff like that aren't affected, so your shots still come out looking natural.
Okay, another really big feature coming to iPhone 13 Pro models is the support for ProRes video format. Now, it's not available right now, but it will be, and ProRes is a video format that's favored by video editors. The thing about it is it's probably going to take up a lot of space, so it's only available for the 256 gigabyte models and up, so it's the 128, you won't be able to do it. Just for an example, 1 minute of 4K 30 frames per second HDR ProRes video is 6.6 gigs. So it takes up a lot of space, and that's just 1 minute. So this is probably not going to be a selling point for most people, but it is a feature, professional level feature that's going to be coming to the iPhone 13 Pro Max.
Okay guys, another feature we've really been enjoying other than the camera features is the ProMotion display, which has an adaptive refresh rate up to 120 Hz. And let me tell you, it's butter smooth. I mean, just going through a web page, it's just so smooth. The text stays readable and clear as you scroll. And then even just going through and looking at your apps, like everything is just so smooth and quick. And if you're like us, coming from a 60 hertz refresh rate phone, I think you'll definitely notice a difference. And having up to 120 hertz refresh rate is really going to be great for all you gamers out there. Now, right now, there really isn't any games on the iPhone 13 that's supporting 120 hertz, but hopefully they'll come soon. So it's really going to up your game experience. So it's nice that they made this adaptive. So based on what you're doing on screen, it can adjust all the way down to 10 hertz to 120 hertz. So this is really nice. So if you're just watching a video or a static image where you don't need the 120, you're definitely going to be saving on your battery life.
So one of the biggest features that's coming to the iPhone 13 Pro Max is the battery size. So in the Pro Max, the battery is 4,352 milliamp hours, and that's compared to the 12 Pro Max that had a 3,687 milliamp hour battery. And what we noticed is that we've been able to go all day with this and then some. Like, we can use GPS on the way to and from work, we can watch Netflix videos, and also some YouTube content, and still have plenty of battery left at the end of the day. So just having that battery and not having to worry about the battery running out if you're not near a charger is really good. The battery life is phenomenal. Okay guys, now on to our final thoughts. I really like this bigger large display is good for consuming media on. Big thing is the battery. It's the most impactful thing, the all-day battery life and then some. Really great. The cameras, the upgraded cameras, their performance in the low light. You have the telephoto's really good, and the macro mode, the cinematic. Hopefully there'll be more use cases right now. And it's a good thing. I'm just going to try to see how we can use it more in our content creating. ProRes, when it comes, the file size will be large, but that'll be nice video format for us to play around with. So I really like it. The only things I don't like about it is it takes a while to charge. You only get 20 watts charging, and MagSafe's even less than that. So it does take a while to charge. So it's a good thing the battery lasts a long time. And it's only Face ID, and you can put a pin in to unlock it, but a lot of times we're in a mask, so the Face ID is not working. So that's a bit of a downer. I wish they had a fingerprint reader under the glass or in the power button. But all in all, it's a really good phone. The processor is great, gaming on it is great, watching content on it is great. Really good phone. Michelle, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, so definitely the biggest thing for me too is the battery. And now granted, we're coming from a 4-year-old Pixel 2 XL. Mm-hmm. So obviously the battery is degraded over time. So, but this battery is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it has so much. So just to show you, so we've been filming all day, right? I currently have 23% left. We've been going for about 10 hours now.
Yeah, 10 hours.
My on-screen time. Look at the screen time.
Yeah.
It's got an update. See all activity. Today I have 5 hours and 2 minutes so far, and I still have 23% left.
Yeah.
So it's insane, the battery life. So even if you have a 12, if you're looking for that little bit of extra battery life.
Yeah.
And the ProMotion is really nice. I know some people say they don't notice it. We're coming from a 60 hertz, and that's usually the standard. I definitely notice a difference. I mean, just scrolling through web pages, I mean, you can still look at the text. It's just so crisp and clear. And so it's really nice. A couple of things I didn't like, right, is it would be nice, and not to say I didn't like them, I would have liked to see them. It would be nice to have the touch, the touch ID.
Yeah.
We're used to that, and again, like you said, with mask wearing, you think they would have put it. They did do it with the iPad mini now, so hopefully that might be coming in the future. And again, coming from Android, we're used to the always on display, and there was rumors that they were gonna have it, but they still didn't have it. So yeah. I'm still kind of looking at my phone, trying to see what time it is. So one thing I want to do going forward is, so this is my phone. Damien hasn't yet to upgrade yet, but he's still been using it quite a bit as well. I want to do an Android to, iPhone, iOS. So if you're interested in that, let us know. I definitely want to do that because I have quite a few things to say, quite a few things I missed, and things that I have missed not being on iOS for a while. So. But all in all, I really liked it. The cinematic mode, yeah, I don't know how much we're gonna use it, but it was really nice and it worked for the most part. But that macro mode, we're definitely gonna be using that macro mode.
Yeah, definitely.
Because we're always using our phone for like B-roll and stuff like that. So to get those really close, tight, crisp shots, we're definitely gonna be using that. So I'm really excited about that. So all in all, I'm happy with the phone and I think it's great.
Yeah, so that's going to do it for this one, guys, our review of the iPhone 13 Pro Max. And leave us a comment down below and tell us what phone you're using. And if you want to see that Android to iOS change video. So we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye.